All right, welcome into another day of our Daily Devos in the Psalms. Pastor Rick here, and we are ready to rock and roll into Psalm 88. Cry desperation. Okay, so maybe you have found yourself in a place where you were feeling pretty desperate. Today's a good day for you. Even if it's not somewhere where you have been, it's likely that at some point you will find yourself in that kind of a place. And in which case, there's something good in here for you today, too. And if you have gone through a desperate time, I think that there's something in this for you. If you have been through one, if you are currently going through one, if you've never been through one, there's a good bit of evidence to convince us that you will probably be in one at some point. And so today's chapter is for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there is something in today's chapter that you want to grab a hold of. And it's got 18 verses, but we're going to take it all in one shot because it's really the best way to take it. And so here we go. Without further ado, we're just going to jump right in. So first and foremost, a psalm of the sons of Korah for the choir director, according to Mahalath, a maskil of Heman the Ezrahite. So Heman had been noted before, and it's actually kind of a little reference point I'll make about him later. Let's see if our cross references. So 1 Kings 4 and 1 Chronicles 2 kind of mention this guy. And so anyways, here we go. Lord God of my salvation, I cry out before you day and night. May my prayer reach your presence. Listen to my cry. So first and foremost, the biggest thing for us to jot down, to take note of, is cry out before the Lord day and night. Stay persevering and consistent and persistent. Like, don't give up. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. Don't quit. I mean, that's really where the message is don't quit, because there is no guarantee what day, what hour, what time frame that you're going to find the resolution to whatever situation you're living through. And so a lot of times it goes a little bit longer than you think you could handle it, because God, whether God is actively causing something or whether he's just utilizing something that is happening in your life, he knows what you need, and he's faithful to use what's happening in your life to reveal more of him to you. And so when you get pushed beyond what you are capable of, it forces you to just see, wow, there you are, Lord. There you are. I didn't know. And wow, there you are. So, all right, let's keep on going. Verse 3, for I have had enough troubles, and my life is near Sheol. The pit, death. He's near death. I am counted among those going down to the pit. I'm like a man without strength. So I'm super weak. I'm toast. I've had enough troubles. Like, it's really his soul has been satisfied with troubles. Like, it's all filled up, like if you were hungry and you ate a good meal and you were full. Now you've had enough. And that's where his soul was in regards to these troubled times. I'm counted among those who go down to the pit. I'm like a man without strength, abandoned among the dead. I think those are really strong words right there. Abandoned among the dead. I am like the slain lying in the grave, whom you no longer remember and who are cut off from your care. I am like them. He's saying, I'm like those that are no longer remembered, that you no longer remember, and that are cut off from your care. So you're just really letting the Lord have it as far as, man, God, this is how I feel. This is what it seems like it's happening in my world. And maybe you can relate to that. Maybe you've had a time where you thought, where are you, God? And why have you forgotten my phone number, my address, my name? Like, anything at all. So you have put me in the lowest part of the pit, in the darkest places in the depths. Your wrath weighs heavily on me. You have overwhelmed me with all your waves. So again, near death, overwhelmed. God, where are you? Why have you forgotten me? You have distanced my friends from me. I'm also alone. So if you've ever been lonely, if you've ever been overwhelmed, if you've ever been dramatically discouraged, Heman, the Ezrahite, he's got you. Like, he knows where you're coming from. So I'm also lonely because you've distanced me from my friends. You've made me repulsive to them. I am shut in and cannot go out. So I don't know, some kind of disease maybe he was facing. It's hard to say what was going on in his life because it doesn't give us really a lot of details. My eyes are worn out from crying. Lord, I cry out to you all day long. I spread out my hands to you. That's a humility posture right there. It is a desperation, a reaching out, a crying out to God. And that's, man, kudos to you, Heman. Like, wow, man. Do you work wonders for the dead? Do departed spirits rise up to praise you? And there he's just challenging him. He's like, hey, if I'm dead, I can't praise you anymore. And so is that what you want from this situation? Will your faithful love be declared in the grave, or your faithfulness in Abaddon? I don't know. Will your wonders be known in the darkness, or your righteousness in the land of oblivion? But I call to you for help, Lord. In the morning, my prayer meets you. Again, recognizing where his help comes from, recognizing that first thing in the morning, I want to make you the first part of my day. I want to center my heart on you. I want to seek you first. Even when I feel like you have forgotten me, even when I feel like there is nothing happening, I want to keep pursuing you. I want to keep asking you. I want to keep praising you, worshiping you. Lord, why do you reject me? Why do you hide your face from me? From my youth, I have been suffering in near death. I suffer your horrors. I am desperate. Your wrath sweeps over me. Your terrors destroy me. They surround me like the water all day long. They close in on me from every side. You have distanced loved one and neighbor from me. Darkness is my only friend. And that, my friends, is where the chapter stops. I don't know of another psalm, and we've been through a lot of them, right? I mean, this is number 88. We're over halfway through, folks. I don't know of one that starts out so challenged and ends challenged, like feeling abandoned, feeling lost, feeling unheard. This is the only one that I know of where the start and the finish are down and depressed and frustrated and angry and hurt. Though you can see this steady current in his life of just persevering, like continuing to, I call to you for help. In the morning, my prayer meets you. I cry out to you. I lift my hands to you. So, two things. One is, wow, we need to personally model that type of response, that type of lifestyle when it comes to whether it's personal illness, whether it's something going on in our family, whether it's persecution, whatever it might be in your life where things are dark and challenging and anxious and, depression, anxiety, fear, all those overwhelm, all these things going on, we need to make sure that our heart stays centered on who he is and what his character is, and just continue to cry out to him, regardless of how long it has been, knowing that he is good and he is faithful. And then secondly, your life doesn't have to get better all inside of a 30-minute comedy show or drama show. You know how it is when you watch TV. You watch TV and it's like, introduction to the situation. Okay, problem arises. Okay, conflict, and resolution. the end. It's like 30 minutes. You're in, you're out. It's great. Like that was a great show. Man, I'm so glad they had that hard conversation. I'm so glad that they found the thing that proved he was innocent. I'm so glad that he didn't lose his job after all. I'm so glad that he got that other job after he lost that job. I'm so glad that they got an extension on paying their rent because they couldn't pay their rent. Whatever, it's like 30 minutes or 60 minutes, if you're watching one of those 1 hour shows. But I guess these days when you don't have commercials, and you're just streaming it, right? And we know all those streaming services have commercials now. So, but really, that hour show could wrap up in 42.5 minutes. And you're thinking, wow, that is some quick problem solving skills and life gets better. But how many know that life is not like a sitcom? It's not like a dramatic, episode of our favorite show. Life doesn't always resolve in 30 minutes or less, or 60 minutes or less. Sometimes it goes on for weeks, months, years, decades, maybe. Ugh. We don't even like to go there. But here's what I'm saying is Psalm 88 starts out harsh and rough and frustrated, and 88 ends that way. And God left it in the Bible. And I will say, I'm not the first person to think of this thought. I definitely encountered one of these thoughts out of Tim Keller wrote a really good book called Walking with God Through Pain and Suffering. And he talks about Ezra the Heman, the Ezrahite. There we go. It's so easy to get those switched around in my head. So I want to make sure I give some credit to that thought to Tim Keller, and because, man, it really has helped me in my life. And so I'd like to pass it on to you as well. But he started out, really, really frustrated, really, really challenged. And he ended that way. And God left the Psalm in the Bible and said, you know what? People need to read that a man of God that is focused on me, that is continuing to seek me, that is being perseverant in their prayers, doesn't get a quick attitude adjustment. Like he's still sad and depressed. It's okay. You don't necessarily have to fake it till you make it. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to pretend like you're not down. We just need to keep ourselves focused on who he is and continue to seek him and continue to give him our stuff. So that when the answer shows up, he's the one that gets the credit immediately. And because he's really our only hope. I mean, you think it's bad. It's like Philip Yancey says in his book, Disappointment with God, in the end, I have concluded, and this is a loose quote, I'm not directly quoting, but in the end, I have concluded it is better to be disappointed with God than it is to be disappointed without God. Life has plenty of challenges, plenty of struggles, plenty of frustrations, and we can either face them with God, or we can say, you know what, you failed me and I'm out, and try to do it on our own. And let me tell you, I don't think that's going to work out very well for us. So I would rather stick to him because he's faithful, he's good, he's righteous and holy. And sometimes it doesn't resolve all in one episode. So with that, I say big hearty God bless you. Keep hanging on, keep seeking him, and keep encouraging your friends. If you have friends, reach out to them, help them, strengthen them, encourage them, help bear their burdens. God bless you. Have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow.